I believe so much in prayers and yielding myself to God. I wouldn't be enjoying my home now if I actually didn't yield myself to God, because God had a lot of things to deal with me. Maybe some other people are very perfect, but I am such an imperfect human being that God works on me all the time. And God had to speak to me in my dream and say to me, why are you thinking about pervert things? What does it mean? That's things that does not align with God. But this is just seeds that someone has sown. So as women, we need to be very careful. Just a small seed, as we talked about, cultivating the right seed. That seed can be good or sour or very rotten. So what seed do you want to see in your home now? Because if God didn't intervene, I don't know where I would have been now, because I would have been thinking about something else. So please, I want to bring us back to our mindset. And as our sister said, be mindful about the seeds we are cultivating. Cultivating a happy relationship, not cultivating a chaos relationship. So I pray that wherever you are, you have opportunity to listen to this. It doesn't matter the stage you are in your home. You might just have gotten married. You might just been 10 years, 20 years, or even 40 years. We keep learning
we keep
and letting the Holy Spirit help us to really show that forgiveness and show respect to our spouses.
Spending time. I realized at one point we were so busy. We're busy for each other and even the children. So just like I said, cultivating, you have to be intentional. So one day I just said we have to be intentional about spending time with each other. And we decided on, it's very simple. We called it a family movie night. Every Friday, 9 p.m. So we don't care whether you want to watch the movie or not. It's not a business. Everybody has to be in the sitting room. We'll just put the duvet, there's popcorn, and we'll choose what movie do you want to watch. If you don't want to watch, it's fine. So we're doing that every Friday. And I found out that it brought us closer, even with the children. Because I found out that we were just drifting apart. You say, hello, mommy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I think spending time with each other matters. If you can't go on holidays or vacation, at least create that time, just me and you time. You can just be hanging out, coffee, try to recreate those days when you started that love story.
That's true. That's
You just wanted to see the person, and like you said, notes. Oh, I love notes. It'll make you so
you
happy.
read over and over again.
Yeah, and I've realized that it's something you do, but most people don't do it. One day I told someone this was a man. I said, send I love you to your wife. He said, why? I said, so you don't used to? He said, no. I said, just send it.
You see the reaction.
I see the reaction. The reaction was really nice. I said, you see, you don't know. This woman has been craving for just that. Or just even say, we saw each other this month, that's fine. But you were really looking good today. Like, I love this, your red top. Just imagine reading that kind of message. And I think both parties do it to your husband does it for you. It helps to kind of fire up that happiness. Sometimes we are caught up with life, family, children, work, extended relations, and we forget the person near us.
What of when people now text each other and they're in the house together?
My husband would just say, I'm here, why are you texting me? And might not be anything grand. I'll just say, how are you doing? Then my daughter will say, oh, wow. So those simple, they're simple, but I think it helps. And the part about forgiveness, that one is really important. Forgive. Because nobody is perfect. There's one saying, I can't remember, it's something like do unto others
as you want them to do.
So the way you are treating your husband, if he treats you like that, how will you feel? I think sometimes we put these men and expect them to be perfect. Just like Pastor said yesterday, man of God is first a man.
Before God.
Husband is a man, he has feelings. All those things you used to do when you were dating, bring it back into the picture. You might be surprised at how it will just change the trajectory of things. Because we have just one life to live. One life. Let's live it happily. A friend of mine lost her husband some years ago. And I started thinking, what happened? Only God knows what happened. He had an accident. What if they were quarreling or she wasn't talking to him and this happened? there's no opportunity to say I'm sorry or something like that. So let's just forgive in advance. I want someone to forgive me. Yeah, maybe I didn't do it the way you thought. Yeah, I want you to. So I also forgive my husband. Some few days back, my husband told me something, and the way I responded, maybe he didn't understand it that way, and he just replied in another way. I said it's one of those things. I just calmed down. I didn't even allow it to bother me. 2, 3 days later, I just say, sweet. The way he responded, it wasn't that deep. Say, don't worry, don't mind me. But if I had carried it in my heart, I would have been angry. Imagine living one whole day angry with your husband.
Have you seen women that can keep to themselves for days, weeks, not talking to them?
Forgiveness is really
very
good.
important.
You should learn how to forgive.
When somebody comes to your house, you go out to bring the best plate, the best everything to serve that person. One day they're gone. But that man that is by your side, you just use any casual plate to serve him. It actually resonates with me that even serving food, my husband is the type that would just want to go and get his own food. He's fine doing it. So me doing it is a sign of respect, because it's something that he can do for himself. Plate is plate, you might say. But now I know the plate.
Plate is not plate.
Even my children will be like, oh,
this plate.
Oh, this cup. You didn't put it that way, but they just come to know that this plate is now dedicated for, so it's for special use. So that's also a sign of respect. And she always says that your husband is not El Shaddai, else he will die. Because sometimes we expect too much. We give too little. We give too little. So it's high time we try, isn't it? As women to, be expectant, but also give room. Give room. Give room, because when you give room, you will not be disappointed.
That's true.
You already know that, okay, it's possible. And if it happens, I am so happy about that. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. There's still another day. Bible said, as long as there is hope, a tree that is cut down will still do what? Still grow again. Grow. So why the rush? Why the anger? Why the strife? Why not enjoy that home that God has given you? That a story of a man that had a cross and was really complaining. This cross is too heavy. It's too this. It's too rugged. And God said, okay, my dear child, go and drop your cross in the room. The man went to drop the cross and then came back again to get another cross. And God said, go there and choose the cross you think you can carry that will be suitable for you. Do you guess? Can you guess the cross he carried?
That same one.
The same cross. Because by the time he dropped his cross, he realized that actually this is the only cross. This is the only cross I can carry. All the other ones are too big for me. So what I'm trying to say is, you might be saying this marriage, you want to chuck it away, you want to this, that, because it's not like this and that. Guess what? The other one you're thinking, you might want to run back.
Nothing is out there.
So please enjoy your
marriage.
Home.
Enjoy.
Cultivate it. It's a good hard work. There's some hard work that you finish, your back is aching. I have good news for you. When you finish this hard work, you have a restful life. Like you come home, you laugh. Laughter is medicine to your bones. It makes you look beautiful. It makes you look amazing. Both the men as well. So please, let's loosen. Don't tighten up anymore. Sex is very important. It's a very good place to go before we round up. The Bible said to the man, he was telling the Israelites, if a man is newly married, they should not go to war. So if God pays important attention to that aspect,
and I think the aspect of sex, it's also a problem in marriages. And because it's not talked about, some women are in marriages and they don't enjoy their sex life and they can't complain to anybody. For God's sake, tell the man what you want. Yeah, instead of dying in silence, you just close your mouth and then after the whole process, you're like, ah. But I think if you're married and you love this guy loves you. I always tell people, I'm not the Holy Spirit. If you don't tell me, I won't know what is
Oh,
in your
that's my
heart.
husband's special
Yeah,
word.
you say it. Tell me what you want.
That's his special word.
You say what you want. If you don't say, the man will not know. If you want foreplay, you want extra, tell him this is what I want. And some men will even ask you, what do you want? But some men will not. A lot of people that are not married, they want to rush into sex. Okay, you that is married now, you are not enjoying it. What's the aim now?
I think when they start enjoying the marriage, then they will start enjoying sex. Because if you're not enjoying your marriage and you're not
Sex
happy in
is
the marriage, you'll not be thinking that far yet. Now, in
some
fact, when the man touches you, say, you'll be like, no, don't touch me.
in some people's
But
marriages, because sex life is a problem. That's why the women are not happy.
Respect is not
it's
there.
not there,
Yeah,
maybe.
because
Yeah.
they just expect the man should know what to do. If you can't say it openly, write a note or
Right.
text message or something. Sometimes I'll just tell my husband, I'm not your sister, I'm your wife. But some people cannot, everybody is different. So it
Yeah.
depends on what works for you. But I know that sex in marriage is a big problem. Yeah, most times it causes unhappiness because the woman cannot explain it to the man. She's like tight lipped and she's not happy. She's not fulfilled sexually. So I think if that's a problem, the woman should be able to speak out for me
Yeah,
too.
sometimes they might not be able to speak out. And I must say, some men have not been taught.
Yes.
They have not, like, that's why even as a man, you still need a mentor. Because there
Yeah.
are some things you don't know. The man needs to be willing to be mentored in that area. And even as a wife as well, do you make yourself appealing to your husband? Do you have good sense? Because as we all know, men go by sight.
Sight.
And when sight comes close, it goes by smell. So all these things are very important for us to enjoy our sex in marriage. Just like we have talked about that intimacy, isn't it? It's when you're intimate with someone. You did mention about making out time. Making out time is very important. Yes, I have a very busy husband, but he has a way of making sure that we go out because it's our date time.
Uh-huh.
So if he's traveling and he has opportunity for me to go with him, I have to go with him because it's actually our time of being together because maybe he's been away
Yeah.
and this is actually our time. So it's for you to know what works well for you. And sometimes having young children, you might not really have that time to take because sex takes time. You have to be in a relaxed, woman has to be in a relaxed
Yeah.
environment to actually enjoy it. Because for me, when my children were young, I keep shouting, but I still remember the children. Even if we have visitors, even till now, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I want that privacy
Yeah.
where I could be myself. So some people could be like that. So it's to know all those hindrances
Yeah.
that can affect it and see if you can minimize them so you can have a good sex time. And I know our Father in the Lord has online stuff that he's doing
Yeah, he
about
started,
about
yeah.
marriage as well. So it's really good to listen to it
Yeah,
because
that's true.
if you feel like your husband is not quite there, in that area, just encourage him to go on seminars
Yeah.
or where he could learn things like that would spice up your your
Spice
your
up,
your
yeah.
your
Very
your
important.
your sex life. It's very important.
Yeah.
I know we don't speak about it all the time, and it's a silent killer
Yeah, it
of
is.
happiness in homes. Because unhappy woman is not satisfied, not just in other things, but in that area. And God has created us like that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
We have to be serviced. Have you seen a car that's been parked for a long
No,
time?
no, that car cannot move. No. There are lots of problems.
Honestly,
No.
sex actually releases lubricants that actually hold your body.
It's ordained by God. It's
Planned by
good.
God. Yeah. So if something good always comes out of it, those beautiful children are going about the enjoyment of it. So, anyways, that's by the side.
Yeah.
That we will decide. So, anyway,
A lot of Christian women, a lot of them do have this problem. A lot of them. Sometimes when some friends, it will be as if it's not like I'm not a Christian. I'm a Christian, but I'm already married. I have full license for it. So if I talk about some of these things, don't And for the fact that his anatomy is human anatomy, so I don't feel bad talking. I can't say it any. Sometimes my kids will say, "Mommy," I say, "Well, this is human anatomy." But a lot of Christian women they go through this and they cannot speak out. They suffer and they are not happy in their marriage, and that's one of the reasons. Yeah, that people are not happy, but they won't come out and tell you. Just say the husband is this, the husband. Meanwhile, the main reason is there.
I remember before we got married, that was actually one of, I don't know, I'm being really honest here. I was actually, the phobia is called, as in the sex, because people keep saying it's painful.
I was so scared, my God.
Oh my God, that was actually my biggest fear. And um, my husband being my friend, we were really good friends, as in we talk. So it was easier for me to talk about it, to say, I don't know about this sex, I said, I'm like, I don't know. And he actually bought me a book before, like months before we got married. He bought me a book on sex, Christian home, and it really, really helped me. I think that's another good thing to do. If you have a good book, I could recommend that. That would really help, because that really helped me. Because by the time we are getting close to our wedding time, you'll be asking me, "Oh, have you? What is chapter one?" So I say, "This one." But that was really kind of helping me, as in to read that book. I would check the book. Yeah, and
I think I read
I
that
would give it.
book
But
too.
it's from Tim. It was really all about
It's
it,
all
and
open and
things,
everything is explained.
how to prepare your mind. And I used to tell my husband then that I remember I'm iron. And when I say that I'm iron, we will just be laughing. Nobody knows what we are talking about,
Yeah.
So I'm like, your bulb now. What's the call your light? So I need to plug. Should I charge my iron? Should I plug the iron? We laugh about it, but it's actually helping, because you're in that mood.
I love all those small thoughts. Yeah.
I'll plug the iron. And I'll be like, the iron is very hot. And women, it's like iron. When you finish ironing, maybe you can try it. You've turned it off, but you can still iron another shirt,
that's
or
true.
even two. That's how women are. Our sex life are like that, because you're like, the strength is there, the passion is there. But like men, once the bulb turns
That's
off,
off.
it's so, so we need to help each other.
Yeah,
Isn't
we
it?
need to help each
Support,
other.
your spouse in that area. If you feel like, oh, he's lacking in this area, don't complain. Don't disrespect him.
Yeah.
Don't look down on him, and don't distance yourself either, or start shying away from that.
Yeah.
There are some times that I'll be very tired, and honestly, I'll go to the bathroom, freshen up, and I'll pray. You might be like, "Do you pray about that?" I actually sincerely ask God to, Daddy, I really feel very tired. But this is an obligation. It's not like if I tell my husband I'm tired, he would not listen, but you can feel, because you want to actually fulfill that person's, or satisfy that person as well. So not just all about yourself, because many women are like that. When it's time for that, you're sick. Your period never finishes. Your headache comes all of a sudden. Or your back is burning.
Drive for sex is lower for newly married women, especially women who have young children, toddlers running around, people in primary school.
As I
think
said,
the drive
it's true.
was really low at that time. But when you're hitting that 40 and you're on fire, like it's really.
I think I've always been on
At that time, you're just too tired. Just too many things
I know.
going
Actually,
around.
I think I've always been on fire.
Keep the kids somewhere.
Maybe that's that. Me, I have actually got someone to stay with my children. I booked a hotel for myself. My husband. So we can, because I felt like I'm always like thinking about children. Oh, we have somebody in the house, and I'm actually not doing myself a favor. Yeah, my husband would be like, yeah, you just have to think of ways to create time for yourself. Quality time.
Yeah.
Quality time. Because sometimes It's not all about sex. Sometimes spending time and talking and laughing about silly things is amazing. You'll be surprised sitting and eating with your husband the things that he tells you, just in that relaxed atmosphere that maybe for years you won't be having that conversation because you're all too busy here and there.
It's true.
So we need to make out that time. We need to be intentional. Remember, it's a choice, it's a commitment. It's not something like a jackpot.
No.
You just hit it and it
it
happens.
doesn't
I
work
wish.
that way.
But it doesn't happen like that. Please, let's be intentional. Make up your mind. I have got to enjoy this marriage. I don't know about you, but I say that to myself every day. I must enjoy my home. And Father, thank you for grace to enjoy my home.
I always say I want to enjoy each day of my life. I don't want to live it stressed. Not talk of marriage. Because this man is here, like my father is dead. And my mom will always say, I'm lonely. I'm lonely. And I have my own here. So I don't know, I need to enjoy each day with him. Whatever will make me to be unhappy, I try as much as possible to take it out of the way. And that's that intentionality. We need to be intentional about it. Because we just have one life to live. You can't, yesterday is gone. We can't get yesterday. So today is another new day. Send one lovely text message to your husband.
Yes, please. God, we are going to give account of our marriage. We will give account
Never thought of that.
to God about our marriage. Because we always think about, oh, it's other things. But actually, marriage is what God has given to you. Because in that home, you're going to bring up children. Destinies that God has packaged for a reason. So, marriage, God is going to ask you, how did you manage that marriage He gave you? You have to give account of it. So you can't be pointing hands. It's him, it's him, it's him. My father used to say, one hand pointing. How many is pointing back at you? So you need to sit down and evaluate yourself. I know there are situations where things are you've tried all your best. You've tried to make that marriage work. But don't give up. Do not give up. Unless if it has to do with physical abuse and stuff like that. If it has to do with every other thing, I know you might feel like, oh, she doesn't understand because she's not in that situation. I still believe that God can still work it out. If you actually let Him untangle. It's just like when threads are tangled together. You just take time to untangle it. But what we do these days is we cut it.
We're not patient enough
to untangle. You just cut it. When you cut it, what do? That thread is no more that length again. Why would you cut the time that God has given you short? Why would you do that? Why don't you untangle it? It may take time to untangle. Patience. And you know what? When you finish, if you have noticed, the thread becomes softer and easy to maneuver if you're threading. So, my dear, the rougher parts of your marriage is going to bring sweeter version. If only you can be patient. Go back again. Go back on your knees. Show kindness to that man or to that woman. Remember when you first started. Remember those beautiful things. In fact, my husband can tell you all the letters I've ever sent him is in his head.
Oh, you guys did. I still have my letters.
My poem that I've written to him. He can, if you call him now.
So you guys did poem too. I have a pack. I showed my kids the other day. Look at all the things your daddy wrote to me.
He can say all of them. Even me that I've written, I've forgotten them. He will tell me. He will tell me, hey, you sent me, and he will put it on me like, Jesus, how do you still remember that? All those things, they go back, as in, do not erase all those memories.
No.
Because like once you start having children, it's like certain age, embrace the change. It's part of change in marriage. Embrace it. Don't let it break you. Embrace it. Children are heritage of God. They should bring you both together. not to divide you.
Yeah.
So let's think back again. Let's go back to the status quo. What am I doing? Let me not say wrong. What do I need to start doing better
Yeah.
to have that happy home? Cultivate it. It's worth it.
Yes, it is.
It's worth it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much. I really appreciated this time. Thank you, ladies, for being here.